Would you call this Goldilocks-ish?
I mean, I don't know. I'm not sure about the Goldilocks. Listen, I think this is a really big report. Quite frankly, I think this is the last solid report you're going to get for a long time. If you look, and I think what Mike McKee just said, I think was pretty interesting, but if you look at what the trend is, I look at these high-frequency cyclical indicators, retail obviously being soft, but leisure and hospitality, business services, the trend is coming down. I mean, when you obviously hear from Elon Musk, you hear from Amazon, you hear from the big tech companies, the trend is definitely decelerating. We have made the turn on employment. And I think today was the last, when you look at the top line headline number, that was solid, because it takes a bit of time to transition. Things like education are still strong and will stay pretty strong. Listen, the levels are pretty good. The Fed, this will do nothing to deter the Fed from where they're going. But I think it's a big report, because I think we're now going to make the turn. I think the next 3 or 4 months, you're going to see these numbers decline. I could see a negative print over the next 3 or 4 months, and that's the thing that I'm keyed into. And I think that's what markets will react to and try to interpret how deep the Fed's going to go in bringing employment down, bringing the demand function down through the employment channel. And I think that's going to be a big deal for markets.
Hey, Rick, this is a big call. You think this is the last good one? Over the next 3 months, we could get a negative print. What's leading you in that direction? Why do you think that?
Boy, I did it in one of our strategy meetings. I read all the companies. I mean, it is a lot. I don't have it in front of me. It's a long list of companies that are freezing hiring and or cutting staff. And it is a persistent across big tech, across some of the rapid areas that you've been seeing, healthcare. You're starting to see, and by the way, then the correlated issue to that is you're seeing restaurants. I mean, I follow the restaurant sector pretty closely, and you're seeing that all of a sudden, boy, you couldn't offer delivery before, now you can, and now the availability of labor is really improving. I mean, almost across every sector, you're hearing companies talk about we can now hire, some of the very specialized skill areas are still going to be hard. Biotech's hard. But boy, you're seeing availability of labor. There's no question in my mind we're making a turn. And the question is how deep it is. And then, quite frankly, how much the Fed is going to lean into this to try and bring down inflation. And I think that's going to be the critical thing for markets.